Hi. Yeah, sorry about the crappy lighting. Alright, so I haven't been able to do a lot of YouTube videos because of my EDS. Um, Even just trying to use my fingers to push the buttons on my phone to take the pictures and doing all the setups for the Avon videos has become rather hard to do. So, um, thankfully, I did get finger braces. Um, Still waiting on 2 more. And then the 12th, I'm going to see about getting new thumb braces because these thumb braces have decided to basically tear up my hand here and all up in here. This is after a week of not wearing them, and my skin still has not come back to proper layers amount that I can actually work with. Um, and of course, with the cold weather, my shoulder and my elbow on my right side are going out. So Jesse has a sock full of rice that we heat up to put on me. Um, on Amazon, I was looking at these little pearl bead ones that's in a ice pack type thing that can be heated and cooled, but I have to wait to play more games and stuff like that to try and save up as much Amazon money as possible. So it's going to take a little bit of time to do that. So I just figured I'd give everyone an update on why I have not been able to make any YouTube videos and things like that, and a Facebook Live would not have been able to just get to everybody who views my stuff on YouTube as well. So I just figured that I would give you this stuff up right now. The other thing that I found out is that on my medical paperwork, it has a diagnosis of EDS, which I have discovered is a scale to determine if somebody's functionality who has MS. So, as of right now, I have to wait for the geneticist appointment next month, and then the 2 weeks after that, I have a family doctor appointment and another rheumatologist appointment. My rheumatologist, unfortunately, right now is kind of dropping the ball because she's now having me go see an orthopedic doctor because she is not willing to fill out paperwork to have me get the help I need in home. When I go outside, I can no longer just walk with the crutches anymore for more than half a block. And that's why Jesse has to bring the wheelchair for me. For me to even ride the bus, I usually have to have my soft neck collar on as some type of shock absorber. And then I have a full back brace that goes down from about here on my collarbone down to the almost to my tailbone, but not completely. I've actually raised it up because I needed the cross piece that goes in front of me on the lower part to actually push against my internal organs to keep them in place because I have discovered through the last 2 years that eating certain foods and things like that make my stomach bloat, and now it is to the point where smelling or being around or touching somebody who's touched those foods, I will start to get breakouts all on my chin and down into my neck. My stomach will bloat up. Whenever it rains, I have actually measured myself. My fingers will actually swell up a whole inch more around than what they were before the rain. My stomach actually will swell without the brace on. My stomach will swell up to 5 to 6 inches just from rain. When it swells because of food, my stomach will actually swell up to about a foot and a half, making my stomach look very distended and bloated. I basically look like I'm 8 months pregnant when that happens. So when I talk to the geneticist next month, I'm going to see what can be done. I did find a place that does physical therapy for people with EDS, but unfortunately, until I see the geneticist and know exactly what type of EDS I have, whether I have the classical or the vascular, that type of EDS needs to be determined. We already know that I have the hypermobility part, and that is something that a lot of doctors who I run into before don't view as EDS anymore. My old family doctor didn't view it as EDS because he refused to have me diagnosed with it. My rheumatologist, she diagnosed me right off the bat. I was sitting in her office and I happened to have my left leg tucked into my right leg up past my knee, and I folded over because the bottom of my foot on my leg that was in the immobilizer itched. And she just kind of looked at me and goes, "Can you do that again?" And I did that again, and I was able to put my hands completely like palm down past where my foot was of the leg that was straight. My elbows bend backwards to a certain degree. It's more than 45 degree. My right arm at this point in time is starting to have the rash that I get of dry skin, almost looks like snake skin. And then it has been continually popping and making noise. And now my shoulder and collarbone are making the noises, as well as my elbow on my right side. So hopefully by February, I'm hoping that I'll have the braces for at least my right side of the body, because after February, then the left side of my body goes in a complete circuit. And then I hopefully then will be allowed to have my physical therapy like I should be, and possibly get allotted to have a chiropractor work on me, which would be great, because I've done everything to keep my spine as straight as possible, and I've succeeded in keeping my spine as straight as possible. The only problem is that my spine tends to flex weirdly, because I can actually take my feet and put them forward and over my head this way and have them be completely flat on the ground. Or I can do a complete back bend from my knees and bend my head back and put my head between my knees. So I'm supposedly not supposed to be able to do that. So it's been interesting. The not being able to walk thing, I have discovered from talking to a number of doctors, is not a typical EDS thing. So now the stakes in this game basically are anteed up, and I am not too thrilled with it. So, alright, well, I continue putting posts on my Facebook account, which is Dawn Smits, Smits. I put basically like a daily writing about how my EDS is affecting me that day and things like that. I just started doing some EDS videos, but most of my videos are actually for Avon, because Jesse doesn't do Avon videos. He wants to have me do them since I know more about Avon and everything. And I'm also going to be taking pictures of, stuff with the children. Two of my children are at risk right now of having EDS and the complications that come with it. So it's going to be an interesting thing. As soon as I know something, I will let you know. I will probably be, on the day that I do go to the geneticist, I will be probably making several posts on Facebook, and I will probably be doing a little short video after I'm done talking with the doctor, because of the fact that a lot of people who are going through stuff with EDS, when you start to get into the world of EDS and understanding about being a spoonie and all of these other things, they kind of get scared, and it's not something to be totally scared of. If I had known more about what an echocardiogram was that they were trying to do on me, I probably wouldn't have been as scared, because I thought they were going to put dye in me. So I was waiting to have an injection, and I was not expecting them to put the ultrasound machine into my throat here and look down. And that poor tech, I almost vomited on her, because they didn't tell me about stuff like that. So it was rather interesting. Since Jesse has my own wheelchair for me, I no longer get flagged at the hospital now, thankfully. So I can, get moved around by him, which makes it a great deal easier than being babysat by interns or volunteers who seem to have way too many questions about EDS and what it is, because in my town so far I have met 3 people who are family members or friends of people with EDS. So, and having the whole possibly having MS thrown in there as well makes basically my case really narrowed down a lot. The numbers and statistics change from country to country, place to place, and things like that. So I'm not going to get into the numbers on that, but I definitely do updates on my Facebook page more about how I'm dealing with the EDS and what I'm feeling. Yeah, it does get depressing, and I definitely show it there. I have no way of actually editing actual videos that I do for YouTube, because I am using the cell phone that I have, because I do not have a camera or a computer or anything like that, so I use my cell phone for everything. So, alright guys, I hope that you guys have a good time before Christmas. I'm probably not going to do another EDS video for YouTube until after the holidays, because it's going to be very stressful for me. I quite literally have no idea how many spoons I'm going to have left to be able to do things. I'm pretty much like spooned out today, because I accomplished cleaning the bathroom floor. I put shorts on and I brushed my hair. and that's been my day. So that's basically what I can do in a day without being too exhausted to be able to hold a cell phone up and actually do a video. So that shows right there how weak I am. I've actually gotten to the point now where I eat once a day, and then the rest of the time it's either energy drinks trying to get me to still have energy and caffeine, or lemon water, just to try and bring up my vitamin C, because that is supposed to be helpful for those of us with EDS of certain types. So, because I'm still not sure of what type I have, I take every single precaution necessary, and I also make sure that, I keep up with as much good vitamins that are from natural sources as possible, especially with my food intolerance, and the fact that my last hospital trip, which was for my leg, they couldn't get a blood pressure on me, and when they finally did, the bottom number was 70, and they had no idea how I was still talking. So, we're not sure if I might have a blood pressure problem going on with this as well, because of the fact that I get dizzy standing up, and I have fainted at least twice, that I know of, because I slumped back into my wheelchair one time from sitting on the bed, and I think another time I fell when I reached for my coffee. So, apparently when I reach for things, if my body actually has to cross over the other part of my body to reach for stuff, it gives me a lot of problems. So, alright guys, hopefully your guys' holidays will be good, and I will probably be making an Avon video as soon as I'm able to have the strength to do it. So, wish me luck with this and the cold snap that's happening. Monday's supposed to be down to like 31 degrees, and today is Thursday, and my body's already feeling the temperature drop. So, wish me luck. I'm probably going to need it because it's going to be a rough week. Bye.